Roberta Sanders here. I'm the operations manager at Casas por Cristo, and I'm here to give you a little information about your arrival and departure for your mission trip to Acuña, Mexico. When you're coming on a trip to Mexico, you do have a couple of different travel options. You can either fly or drive, but either way, you're going to meet your missionary on the US side of the border. He or she will be with you for your entire mission trip, so be sure to ask them questions and listen to the information that they have to share with you. If you plan to fly, you're going to need to fly in and out of the San Antonio airport code SAT. From there is a 2.5-hour drive to Del Rio, Texas, so you'll need to rent vehicles. You can either rent through Casas or through another local agency. If you rent through Casas, we'll be sure to have your vehicle parked and ready for your arrival. If you plan to drive, you'll just need to drive to Del Rio, Texas, where your Casas missionary will meet you. Your Casas missionary will contact your team leader before your trip to set up a time and a place to meet. You have a few options. You can meet at a local business, restaurant, or at the Casas por Cristo office. All team members must be present at the time you are scheduled to meet your missionary, and you will stay all together as a team from that point on until your mission trip is completed. All team members must be present at the time you are scheduled to meet your missionary. From that point on, you will stay all together as a whole group until your mission trip is completed. When it's time to load up in the vans to cross the border, your Casas missionary will review the border crossing procedure with you. Be sure to listen and follow those instructions closely so that you can have a smooth and easy process crossing into Mexico. Your Casas missionary will lead your team caravan style through the port of entry. The port of entry looks like a bridge with a toll booth on one side and a barrier arm on the other side. When you get to the other side of the bridge, there will be a barrier arm and some border agents called aduanas. You'll also see a stoplight. You'll either receive a red light or a green light. If it's red, you need to pull over into secondary for a routine inspection of your vehicle. Don't worry, that's a totally normal process, especially for larger vehicles. Simply answer their questions, and if asked, you will need to present your passport, so keep it handy. If you receive a green light, you can go right on into Mexico without stopping. There is a list of items that are not allowed to be brought into Mexico. You can do a quick Google search for a full list, but here are just a few of the items you should not bring with you. Firearms, ammo, and some knives. Drugs that are illegal in Mexico, including medical marijuana and electronic cigarettes. Exit from Mexico is the exact same process as your entry with one primary exception. You will absolutely need to have your passport with you. We recommend that the driver of your vehicle collect all of the passports and documentation for everyone in the vehicle so they can easily hand them to the border agent. The border agent might ask a few questions like, where have you been? What have you been doing? What was the purpose for your stay? Please answer these questions truthfully and politely. Once you cross back to the US side of the border, you will either go back to your hotel in Del Rio, back to the airport in San Antonio to fly home, or you will go ahead and just begin your drive home. Please see your Acuña trip guide for more information about arrival and departure. If you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to give our team coordinators a call here in our office. We can't wait to build and serve with you.